Hey guys, hope you're having a lekker time. Now, there was my phone. You can see the cable is charged. I'm busy plugging in. I'm just doing this at night so that it's easier for you guys to see most of the functions. So once the phone is in, you're going to see on your screen that your Android Auto is going to appear right over here. So let me just try to see if I can get it stable. So it will self-adjust itself so you guys can see the icons nicely. Okay, cool. So now you've got the Android Auto. So you select the Android Auto. Now you're going to see all the different screens that are up and all the little icons that you've got. Now this is where you can go onto your cell phone with the Android Auto and you can first specify what you actually want on the screen itself. And doing that way you can actually then program it to actually link onto here itself. So depending what you want, depends on what you need. Okay, so let's get started. You will see on the top left I've got Waze. So for those people familiar with Waze, I prefer Waze because of the traffic alerts. You can use, as you can see below it, you can see there's maps, which some people prefer using that. However, I like to know where the traffic is, where the accidents are, where the potholes are, and where the cops are hiding. So that's why I prefer using Waze. Now, a nice feature with using Google Maps on the car itself is that those familiar with using the voice activation on the maps or on Google is quite easy. So you select the maps, it's going to go into there. So now you can see it shows where I'm currently situated. If you press the little speaker button on the right hand side here, let's see if it's going to autofocus. Yes, the little speaker here with the person's voice. So I'm going to press and hold that and then watch what happens. So if I press and hold, Centurion Mall.
I'm setting your destination to Centurion Mall on Gordon Hood Road.
So there, that's a nice thing to do without having
Centurion Mall may be closed by the time you arrive.
Yes, I know. So that's a nice thing you need to actually, that you can have if you actually like using these type of features. Like I said, it's nice having it. I don't like using it because I like to know what the traffic is like. But for people that do like using maps, it's quite a lucky little feature. Okay, so we're going to go back to the main screen. Okay, just wait for the thing to set. Okay, now depending on your phone, if you've got whatever make it is, you'll see example like with the Samsungs, you've got the Samsung Music. So using Samsung Music, you know, for example, like now your maps actually moves to the left and then you've got your music over here. So you can actually go select. Okay, let's do my tracks. Actually, let's do albums. So you can actually have a look at all the different music I've got loaded. So you know, depending on what you've got, depends on how much you put on there. Bearing in mind this is directly off your cell phone, so you know. Oh yeah, and then if you're driving, it actually says safety pause back soon. So it's a little display just so that you don't try pressing this the whole time while driving. Okay, let's select the band. You know what, let's just do, for those that are available, let's do Aerosmith, and then you can select, shows there. Then you've got your forward, your back, pause, and then you can do auto, repeat, or you know, use your shuffle. We're just going to pause that for now, and then obviously you can check your cues and go back. Okay, now we're going to press the top button here again. Okay, cool. Now you can see it's got set up Telegram, it's got your phone. So if I select phone, you see it gives me all the options and all that, your favorites, recent, you know, all the stuff that you've done, your contacts, and then more, which is if you want to dial a number directly, or if you have voicemail set up, which you can have it set up in this way, but you know what, I've got my phone with me the whole time, so I don't bother with that. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the screen here. Okay, when you've got the exit here, if you press the exit, this just basically takes you out to the main screen. So that's what that looks like, but we're not going to deal with that, so we're just going to press the Android Auto again. Press the drop one there. Now you can do messages, messenger. Okay, your settings, this is what you would when you first plug your cell phone in, it's going to ask you a whole bunch of functions, what you want to do, what you want to activate. You can play around with it, you can change your stuff, you know, you can just have some fun. Go back there. Like I said, then you've got your Waze, which, like I said, I prefer using because it also gives me the traffic update as well as where the police are, where the potholes are, which is a nice feature, especially with people that are very familiar with using Waze. One thing I will show you, you'll see on the top right, it's got the search button. So the problem, however, is I'm going to put my foot on the brake and I'm going to put the handbrake down. As soon as you do that, you'll see it disappears. It's a safety feature that forces you to actually stop to type in your destination. So the handbrake back up again. Now you can actually type and put in your address that you want to go to. You can actually obviously scroll and you can see all the different places you are. Okay, now here's another. You can add extra features here. You can also customize it. That's what you can play around with. Then if you go into weather, now for example, like now,
Right now in Centurion it's 26 degrees and clear. Tonight, the forecast is for a high of 26 and a low of 17 and clear.
Okay, then right next to it you'll see a lot of people have been talking about this is WhatsApp. You can do it with all the messages actually, but now what I'm going to do, I can show you there. So you'll see that it gives you a message there. So now if you look on the top right, it'll actually say to you, you know, you can send something as well. Now when you receive a WhatsApp, you actually gives you 3 little options. So you can actually type a message using your voice or using your words, and you can have it play the message to you. Now I'm going to try do the, if you select new, it's going to ask you for a customer or ask you for a person. Depending on how you've got your cell phone programmed, you have to be very careful about this. When you are using your cell phone and Chery as well as Google to the Android Auto to do the voice, you have to say it exactly how it is programmed in your cell phone. If you do it any other way, it will not do it the same way. So we go new.
Who do you want to message?
Sharona Chester Brown.
Who do you want to message?
Caroline Newstad.
Caroline Newstad. Sure. What's the message?
Cancel.
No problem.
Then obviously you read out the message how you want to. It will then read the message back to you to confirm if that's what you want. Then you can either change it or you can say send. Now one thing I must warn you about, with us being South African and especially, I don't want to sound nasty, but some of the people that are Afrikaans or some of the other languages, she does tend to battle to pick it up, but generally they are quite good. Then you will also, like here as well, like I'm showing you the message, here's your little icon you can press as well. You got messages, so it actually gives you quite a nice display. So what generally happens is, for example, if I've got Waze, I don't want to press that one, I've got Waze playing. So normally I'd have Waze and then I'd have my music playing there, and then if a WhatsApp comes up, it actually appears on the top of your screen like it would on a cell phone. Then you can actually, over here, it'll give you a little red dot saying the message has actually appeared. You press that, it'll then change your screen to your message, it'll read it out to you, and then you can reply, and then when you're done, you just press the button and it'll take you back to the screen. I hope that's a nice thing for you guys with using the Android Auto. Before I go, the one last thing I want to show you guys is just like on this car, it's got the AVM, which is basically for the cameras and all that. And then you can obviously change your settings of how you want it on the car. I mean, if I put my left indicator on, you'll see it shows you the car to the left. If I put my right indicator on, you can see there. And obviously you've got your rear view, your front view, your 3D view, your 2D view. Now I found the 3D view, this is absolutely awesome when driving, because when I know if I'm driving, especially when I get to certain places, I can see all the stuff. Okay, thank you guys for joining me for this video. There will be one more video, and that'll be sometime soon. Thank you guys. Please join, please subscribe, and have a lekker evening on this, like you heard, 26 degrees at 8 o'clock at night. Cheers guys, bye.